Hello students, I am Mrs. Mariam Gehlot, one of the faculty from Christ the King Inter College. Today I will teach you English language for class 7th. So let's begin with the first chapter, the sentence. Children, I hope you have already uploaded the book from the school website. It is already uploaded over there. The name of the book is New Grammar with a Smile. So on the very first page, there is a warm-up exercise given for you all to do, in which it is asked to identify the given expression as phrase, clause or sentence. But we will not do this exercise right now. Before that, I want to explain you about the phrase and clause also. So here are some group of words which we have to read and find out what are they. The first one, leaking the is roof. This made of our stone houses. So, are you able to understand anything from these two sentences? No, na? Yes. This group of words do not make any sense. Now, we read the next one. The roof is leaking. These houses are made of stone. Now, everything is clear. From this two group of words, we are able to understand what they mean. In the first one, as it is given, the roof is leaking. So it is very clear what is leaking? The roof. The second one, these houses are made of stone. So these houses are made up of what? They are made up of stone. So these two group of words makes complete meaning, complete sense. So we are able to understand from them what they want to convey. So we can say a group of words that conveys complete sense is called a sentence. A sentence always begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop, an exclamation mark or a question mark. And the very important thing is that it has a subject and a verb in it. This you have to remember. It has a subject and a verb in it. Now we move on to the next group of words. Read them. Number one, a nice story. Second is a gang of thieves. Third is a beautiful dress. From the first one, we are able to understand a little bit that what kind of story it is. It is a nice story. Then second one, a gang of thieves. It only tells us about the group. Nothing more than that. The third is a beautiful dress. So this group of words, they are making some sense, but not complete one. So we can say a group of words that conveys some sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. And what is the difference between the two groups we have seen? We have seen that in the first group of words, they have a subject and a verb in them. For example, the roof is leaking. In this, what is the subject? Subject means the part of the sentence in which it is clear for what we are talking about. So what we are talking about, we are talking about the roof. And what is verb? Verbs are the doing words. We show some actions. So what happened to the roof? The roof is leaking. So it makes a complete sense. We have seen there is a subject also and a verb also in it. Now here, a nice story. In this, a nice story. So which story we are talking about? That we don't know. We are saying it's a nice story. Which story is nice? We don't know. So it doesn't have a subject and a verb also. So this is the main difference between a sentence and a phrase. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense, has a subject and a verb in it, whereas a group of words that makes some sense but not complete and it does not have a subject and a verb in it is known as a phrase. So I hope these two you have understood nicely. Third one. In this, we can see few group of words are given. Let's see what are they. The first one, because it was raining. Number two, and the thieves escaped. Next, but he went there anyway. And before they go to the airport. So in these four group of words we have seen, they are also making some sense but not a complete sense. So each group, and second thing is that in this we have seen that each group has a subject also and a verb also in it. But then also we are not calling it a sentence. Why? As it is making a sense but not complete. It has got a subject and a verb, but because this group of words, they, first of all, the first difference, if you remember, I told you a sentence is a group of words which begins with a capital letter, and here we have seen this group of words, all the four group of words, they don't begin with a capital letter, and even you cannot see any question mark and full stop or exclamation marks at the end of the sentence. So this is missing, which a sentence always has. So this is the main difference between the three. So once again we revise what we have studied today. A group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. A sentence always begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop, an exclamation mark or a question mark. And the very important thing is that it has a subject and a verb in it. The second group of words we have seen that they convey some sense but not complete, and they don't have a subject and a verb in them. In the third group we have seen that this group of words, they convey some sense but not complete sense, and they don't have a subject and a verb in it. So with this, I hope you have understood about the sentence, phrase and a clause. Now can we do the warm-up exercise right now? Let's move on to it. So I'll explain you one or two. The rest you have to do it on your own. The first one. Read out the first one. Flowers bloom in spring. Flowers bloom in spring. So what we have seen? This sentence is complete in itself. It starts with a capital letter, ends with a full stop. It has got a subject also in it and a verb also in it. So let's see what is the subject for what we are talking about. We are talking about the flowers. Flowers are the subject. And what is bloom? What they are doing? They are blooming. Blooming means khilna. So they bloom in spring. So bloom is what? Bloom is a verb. So in this way we can say it has all the characteristics of a sentence. So it is a sentence. Now we move on to the next one. In spring. In spring. In this we can say these are group of words. They don't make any complete sense. They don't have what we have seen in the second one, as it has no subject, no verb. So what is it? It is a phrase. Now move on to the third one. What is that? Sigh with relief. Sigh with relief. So in this also there is no subject, no verb, and this group of words doesn't make any sense. We can say it is also a phrase. It is also a phrase. Now we move on to the next one. And we greeted each other. And we greeted each other. So we greeted each other. In this we can see there is a subject. What is that subject? We. And what is the verb? Greeted. So we can say in this group of words we can see a subject and a verb in it. And the second thing is that although it has a subject and a verb, but then also this group is not making any sense. So we can say, what is it? It is a clause. What is it? It is a clause. Now, the fifth one. We move on to the fifth one. Read out. Because it was raining. Because it was raining. So, in this group, we can see there is a subject also and a verb also. A subject and verbs we can see in it, but then also it's not making a complete sense, so we can say it is also a clause. So children, 1 to 5 I have explained you very clearly. Now the rest 5, 6 to 10, you have to do it on your own. Read them, try to understand them, and then do it on your own. With this, I finish it here. The next part of the chapter will be explained to you in my next video. Till then, goodbye. Stay blessed.